going to space? Aw, that's adorable. Why, let me show you some things that might just cause you to question your belief in that. First, let me just ask you something. Do you even know how fast these space shuttles are supposedly traveling to be able to leave Earth? 17,000 miles per hour, and even faster at 25,000 miles per hour to leave Earth's gravity completely. Do you know how fast that is? Do you know how fast a bullet travels? A bullet speed varies, but it can go up to 3,000 miles per hour. So you're telling me those shuttles are going 8 times faster than a bullet. Have you ever seen them take off? No, seriously. Have you ever watched them take off and then take flight and compared their speed to the clouds? When you get rid of all the noise and you just look at it versus hearing it and seeing the flames, seems suspiciously slow. And remember, they tell us to go 17,000 and up to 25,000 miles per hour. They'll tell you a hypersonic jet speed is defined as anything going Mach 5 or 3,800 miles per hour. And they'll say, well, speeds have been reached of Mach 10 only in unmanned craft like NASA's X-43A.
For instance, I think in the future, we'll be wasting hours and hours of our lives just watching videos of cats and dogs being adorable. And we'll share those videos with our friends. And our friends will respond not with words, but with a row of little circular laughing cartoon faces. And we'll call that progress. And also, we won't be able to watch any of those videos without having to skip an advert first. And that advert will be tailored to your internet viewing habits. Although for some reason it'll always be about some disgusting oatmeal cereal that you'll never buy anyway. And we'll also spend vast portions of our time on websites called social media sites, which we will hate, but we will have 6 different accounts for. And we'll spend most of our time looking for people online to have arguments with. And there will be far-right groups spreading misinformation about immigration on these social media sites, which will then be shared by members of our own family. And this will confirm what we've always suspected, which is that our Auntie Linda is a massive racist. And most importantly, we'll be able to access all of this on our phone. So when we go to bed, we'll take our phone with us. When we go to the toilet, we'll take our phone with us. When we come out of the shower, we'll grab our phone to see if we missed anything. And we won't dry ourselves with a towel anymore. We'll just sit on the edge of our beds, just dripping wet, scrolling on our phones. Just scrolling and scrolling. Because the scrolling never ends. You just keep scrolling. And one day a far-right government will take advantage of the fact that we're just spending all day arguing with strangers on the toilet, and they will seize power whilst we're not looking, and that is when freedom and democracy will become a thing of the past. I imagine. I'm just guessing.
So once I realized, the DNA in this fruit is communicating with the DNA in my body and activating genes from the sun. First of all, my body, which has melanin in it, is absorbing sunlight. With that sunlight, it's actually activating my genes through mitochondrial DNA. I'm like, I gotta get closer to the sun. I gotta get closer to the real world. Then I start looking at my reality. I seen the squares everywhere. I remember watching The Matrix, and I remember the grid. Everybody talking about the grid. And it hit me one day it's squares everywhere. Squares, they spell everything in square feet. Your phone is a square, your laptop is square, your iPhone is square. Everything is square. The TV's a square. Your bed is a square. Your picture frames, they're square. The door is a square. The tiles are square. Everything is square. And I look out in nature and I'm like, there's no squares in nature. Yo, we're living in the grid. The grid is squares. We build everything in squares. They built their world on top of nature, and they're going against nature. Our lower self is going against its very own nature. And how long are we going to do this? With sickness and everything that happens in the consequence of being out of tune with what you are, which is God, happens. It's in the squares.
I hate conspiracy theories that run amok, but a former CIA director is the one who came up with the term conspiracy theory. And it was a way for the CIA to discredit people by making them sound like crazy people, when in fact, there was such a thing called MK Ultra. There was such a thing called, Operation Grasshopper or MK Chickwit, or, the CIA did crazy, crazy stuff from roughly 1952 to 1975. For example, they experimented with a virus that they released in San Francisco. They waited for an unusually foggy, like heavily foggy day. They released it into the atmosphere just to see if it would make people sick. And 11 people went to the emergency room with this rare upper respiratory infection. And then they were like, high fives. Yeah, it works. And then they started experimenting with LSD.
And then I heard Jesse Jackson say, he told me, Jesse, take our people onto the mountaintop. And that didn't bother me, even though I know Jesse got nowhere near him. And then Jesse said, I held his head in my hand while he died. And that didn't get to me. And then Jesse said, look at my shirt. And I looked around and showed up. And Jesse Jackson's shirt was drenched in blood. And I realized the only way Jesse could have gotten that blood was stoop down on that floor to the Ray Motel and rake that blood off that floor and put that blood on him. And I went crazy. I really tried to kill Jesse. They grabbed us and all that, but that hurt me so bad. The other thing was, when Abernathy came back, says no need of prayer, no need of cry, no need of nothing. He is gone. It's over. He's gone to glory. And we called a meeting, a staff meeting, and Jesse claimed to have been ill. And Abernathy told him, Jesse, go ahead to the room and relax. Jesse had to have run like hell that room into that airport. Because he got out of Memphis to Chicago. All us feeding, everybody was still in the motel. Cut the televisions on the next morning. That was Jesse Jackson in Chicago with that same bloody shirt on, telling that same lie. I've never respected Jesse since that moment.
I'm from outer space. I got Milky Way for blood, evolution in my veins. I'm gone, I've been far away. I'm illuminated now, make a move, start the waves. I've been breathing on my fire for a long time. I had a vision from the birds, they wanna go inside. I'm officially delegated away. I'm your future, past and present, I'm a fine line. Yeah, I'm a listening of this illusion. I don't really hear about the intrusion. I don't swim or sing, I just flow. I don't need gravity, I don't need room. When I move, it's in a quick rumble. I won't ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to be humble. Break down, what's that? There we go. When I
I used to think the people that thought the earth was flat was crazy till I started thinking back on science class when they was teaching this shit. They told us the earth was tilted sideways and spinning 1,000 miles per hour. Matter of fact, look, here go the stats right here. So you telling me this shit spinning 1,000 miles per hour, we don't feel it? But you laughing at that nigga for saying this shit flat. So we on 1,000 mile per hour spinning motherfucking ball in the middle of the space. Tilted sideways. Then, look at the stats again. I'm gonna pull this shit back up. It's rotating at 1,000 miles per hour at the core. And in other places, it ain't rotating that much, or close to the equator, whatever. If the earth is connected, how the fuck can one part of the earth be going 1,000 miles per hour and another part not be spinning at all? That's like saying my fucking two front tires going 100 miles per hour, my back tires going 5. They just be saying anything. I think they be playing to see what they can get away with. Ain't no way in the fuck people believe in this shit. Then look, I just look some more shit up, cause that shit done got my head fucked up. It say military jet go 1,500 miles per hour. So you telling me this shit spinning damn near fast as a motherfucking military jet, but we don't feel nothing. And it's tilted sideways, but we standing straight up. Come the fuck on. I don't give a fuck about no scientific explanation. Come the fuck on. I got common sense. I ain't going for no shit like that. But you know what I realized about the world though? People will believe anything as long as it looks typed up and printed by a professional company and the motherfucker who's saying it is talking proper. That's all. And the last thing is a lot of people got to believe it too. That's what I really didn't realize. Like, a lot of these motherfuckers' brains don't really work for real. I'm starting to wonder who fucking real out here? Who the real motherfucking people? Cause these niggas gotta be AI.
Explaining the bizarre predator theory. Well, this theory suggests that humans were never truly at the top of the food chain. That, deep down, we were once hunted, and part of us still remembers that. Have you ever felt that strange sensation of being watched, even when you're completely alone? That sudden tension in the dark, or the chill running down your spine for no reason? According to this theory, that's not just paranoia, it's instinct. It claims that somewhere in our ancient past, something hunted us. A predator so intelligent, so perfect, that it left no trace. Only fear buried deep inside our DNA. The feeling when someone stares at you too long, the urge to look over your shoulder, the anxiety you can't explain. Maybe those are remnants of survival, echoes of when we weren't the hunters, but the prey. And the most disturbing part? Maybe that predator never truly disappeared. Maybe it learned how to hide, or worse, how to blend in among us. So next time you feel someone watching you, are you sure no one's there?
This woman disappeared after revealing the dark truth about how to achieve anything fast. Let's listen it.
This is how to get anything you want. The mirror principle. The mirror principle tells us that reality is like a mirror. You have an image and you have a reflection. What happens is that you cannot change the reflection. You need to just change the image, right? I can't change the reflection. I need to change what I'm putting in front of the mirror. The image is your life. The reflection is your life. And the image is your mind. Whatever your mind thinks is what's going to be reflected into your life. Now, I cannot change my life within the reflection, right? That's like me looking at myself in the mirror and saying that I have a stain and clean the mirror. And the stain is still there. And you clean the mirror and the stain is still there. The stain is not gonna go because what I need to change is the image. I need to change the image. To change the image in life, basically in our reality, the image is our mind. I cannot change my life if I don't change my mind.
A woman explained a quick mirror method, saying your thoughts shape who you become. Your mind is the mirror, and your life is its reflection. By focusing on your intention while looking into your own eyes, she claimed you can shift your reality faster. This man reveals how they want you to be sick. Let's listen it.
We wait for you to get sick, and you do. Then, once you are sick, we don't restore your health. We merely manage your symptoms. So we can manage your high blood pressure, we can manage your cholesterol, we can manage your pain, your arthritis pain, we can manage your diabetes. We don't cure you. Current healthcare system is a hoax. People have gone on a 40-day fast and cured their cancer. The body was never designed to eat 3 meals a day, every day. We were hunter-gatherers. We would find food, we'd eat it, we'd go without food till we found more. But we eat food all the time. We weren't designed to do that. And so you need to give the digestive system a rest. You know, it's very, very active. You're putting a lot of wear and tear on the digestive system. You need to allow it to rest and repair. I recommend fasting on a regular basis. And say I do it 1 day a week and then 7 to 10 days once a year.
This decoder says, we actually want you to be sick. You eat 3 meals a day, and that's the biggest problem for digestive system. And people cure cancer by 40 days fasting. What do you think about it? Let me know in the comments section.
Wake up early, bitch, I gotta get some move. In my pockets, I got cheese, I got dough. I got product moving.